First Lady of Abia State, and stand on the existing protocols already laid out. You're welcome to the Ministry of Justice and State. Our legal year ceremony started today, and we have had had a wonderful day at the court and at the church earlier on today. But as a ministry, which is a people that the justice administration systems, part of the vision of His Excellency is to ensure that the ministry is also becomes anew. It's part of the new Abia project. When it's part of the new Abia project, His Excellency approved some months ago that we should set up a digital workstation. That approval came as a result of the need that was found in the ministry, the need for us to stop using business centers across the road in Finland Street. That's where 80 or 90% of the documents, very sensitive documents of the ministry, were all being produced. So His Excellency approved that we should have a workstation fully digitalized where we produce our documents. Also, we thought about the perennial issue of power supply, and we thought it may be an issue, getting diesel or fuel to keep powering the place. So His Excellency was also gracious to approve that we get a 10 kVA solar inverter system to power the workstation. So as it were, 24 hours we would have access, we can use that particular workstation. It's been set up, and we thought that it would be important that that's an important milestone is commissioned today. What we are doing today, the second part of it, is that upon assumption of office 2 as Attorney General, I found out that the laws of Abia State were last updated in 2005. And we had our laws scattered everywhere, so having access to them was a difficulty. I kept running around trying to find which law was where and what. So we thought to get into a partnership with one of the foremost law app providers called Law Pavilion, and they were kind enough. We got into an arrangement with them where they would now digitalize our laws, and also, if there are cases relating to those laws that have been cited before, they will now add it to it. And that is part of what has been completed, and that's one of the things that Your Excellency will commission. But also very importantly was the process of getting this process going on. I don't know if you have Mrs. Owama Chike here. She's downstairs. I wish she was here. She's the chairman of our ministerial tender board. And that is because we had, it took a while for us to get this process going, because we wanted to get things right, like His Excellency would always insist upon. So we had, after his approval, to go and set up a ministerial tender board which sat, the lady who heads it, I wish she would speak to this part of the process. But they sat, had their meetings. I'm not a member of that panel, ministerial tender board, so there won't be any conflict of interest. They sat, had several meetings where they chose the vendors, screened them, and got vendors that they felt were competent to deliver on the service. And they also went through the process of engaging them properly. So they have agreements, letters of award. They even did newspaper publications advertising for vendors to come and bid for it. So that was the process they went through. And it's been a very tedious process for them, but we're happy that we seem to have gotten it right. We're happy that the contracting process was properly done. Mrs. Sanchika, I was just speaking to the issue around how we choose the vendors. I don't know if you can just, I just was explaining how the ministerial tender board worked and all. You can just add a few things.
Your Excellency, I'm so delighted. This is a dream come true. Thank you so much for gracing this purpose occasion. I want to assure you that there was no form of interference. It was a very transparent process. Your Excellency, we had about 4 bidders. They had to bid for supply of computers. They had to bid for this solar panels and the digitalization of the laws of Abia State. And after a thorough process of tendering, opening the bid, according to the extant laws, we now chose people we felt could give us, people that had a track record For instance, we had to ask questions, and they told us these people were able to digitalize in FNC and some other very good institutions. So we reached out to the MD, for instance, of FNC, and said, how did these people, how was their job? And he said, perfect. It was good, that he can recommend them anytime. So I'm happy to inform you that there was no intrusion on the part of management. It was purely the board working as a team, and we selected the best. So right now we have a fully digitalized laws of Abia State. At a click of a button, you're able to section and annotated with cases, Supreme Court cases. It's really good, Your Excellency. Then, before, the lawyers used to go outside to print documents, and you can just imagine the very sensitive legal materials people were seeing outside there. Sometimes you tell them delete, they won't delete it. Some people will save it and to get someone in trouble later. But right now, I want to assure you that it's now a one-stop workstation. The lawyers will come in, do their job, do their printing, everything they need to do, and our processes in court will now become easier. So it's really a pleasure to introduce the workstation to you. Thank you very much.
I would like to unveil this plaque to the glory of God the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. This is establishing an integrated ICT workstation at the Abia State Ministry of Justice, one here by the administration of His Excellency Dr. Alex Oti, the Governor of Abia State, commissioned on Thursday, October 5, 2023. Thank you very much. So again, on behalf of the executive governor, I would like to communicate, declare open ICT workstation for the Ministry of Justice, and also we're dedicating it to the glory of God the Father and the Son and the Holy Spirit.
And we're on solar right now.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
The AC everything.
That's good.
Thank you for this dream come true.
Thank God. Thank God. You guys have set you have set the standard, which is very easy, so that others will yes, you're number 1 minister. So that others will follow us. Yes.
Also want to appreciate Your Excellency with this. We're very grateful. We're very grateful. Thank you for being our able very
Thank you so much. It is very, very heartwarming to see a place like this coming on board as quickly as possible, and it is in line with His Excellency's mission to put Abia first. Abia, you know, as the first state, number 1 state, and this is going in line. Like I understand, this is the 2nd state after Lagos, which is very, very commendable. And of course, there are so many benefits to this, and we're also hoping that this will be a precursor to other departments, ministries in the states that would also digitalize their activities and their job. So it is we're very, very happy and joyful for this. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
How many computer sets do we have here?
We have 15 computer sets, complete, fully desktop computer sets. 15, sitting 15 people with printers and other facilities.
Okay, how durable are the computer sets?
They are. The HP product is a durable product, so we have to go for the best.
They have all the facilities they require, internet facilities, they have their desktop computers, they have their printers, their scanners, their photocopying machines. You know, before now, we used to go to business centers. And the risk with that particular exercise was we were exposing very crucial, sensitive government documents, legal at that, legal documents. So it was a risk. So it was quite magnanimous for the executive governor of Abia State to have approved this project. So right now, the lawyers, all they need to do is walk into this workstation.
In the ministry?
In the Ministry of Justice, yes. Walk into this workstation. They're able to do their printing, their court processes, whether it's for prosecution, for litigation, for administration of estates, for whatever department you belong to. And no matter how voluminous the documents are, you can print them, photocopy as many as you want to, and it makes the justice dispensation speedy. It speeds up the process of justice dispensation. Then again, the laws of Abia State, at a touch of a button now, you're able to say, okay, I'm looking for maybe environmental protection law or administration of criminal justice law of Abia State. Then at a click of that button, it takes you to the law. Then it takes you to the section you require. Then it also has annotation of cases. So you're able to see Supreme Court cases that have been decided based on that law. So that is why we said it's a one-stop shop, and it's fully solar powered. So we are not going to have cases of, well, there's no power, so we're not able to access our workstation. No, it's not that.
Well, it is one thing to have a project of this magnitude and another to maintain the facilities here. Have we put in place any measure at all to ensure that these computer sets will, of course, last?
Definitely, as part of when we were going through the tenders and all that, we had to enter into some agreements with the service providers. So for the solar, for instance, the service provider is going to be coming every 3 months to make sure he services the solar and just to check things out and make sure everything is working well. So it means that we have like a guarantee of like 1 year where we do not expect them to malfunction, but if for any reason they malfunction, they'll be replaced. It's in the agreement. So that was why we carefully selected those that...
Then the computer set itself, the handling, the maintenance by your staff, are they computer literate?
Then again, we are going to have training and retraining of the staff we presently have and possibly get more staff to be able to run the machines.
So as regards the laws,
Yeah.
is it just internally here we can assess them, or can someone be outside and assess them through the internet?
For now, you have to access them from the workstation. That's what we have right now.
So it's not invited
For
to
the where
global library.
it's connected to the global library. It is, but you have to subscribe. That's the thing with the, you have to subscribe at a fee. At a fee, you have to subscribe. Yes, we can.
Now you said this place will be a one-stop shop for lawyers to come and access, do whatever they want. Are they expected to pack with some money when they come?
Well, for now, we do not intend to collect any token, but we're actually looking at the maintenance and all that of the equipment, and if it becomes necessary at some point. But I assure you, for now, we don't intend to collect anything from anybody. They'll come in, do their job free, and we know where we'll take it from there.
Okay, my name is Ikechukwu Wanna. I'm the Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice, Abia State.
So why is it important that the ministry or the state owns a place like this?
Okay, so this is born out of a need. When I came into the ministry as the Attorney General, the various departments had done a handover note to me expressing a number of their needs. I reviewed it, and one thing that was common with every of the departments we had in the ministry was that they needed access to computers and facilities that would enable their work get easier. So on the basis of it, and if you go back to look at the manifesto of His Excellency, Dr. Alex Oti, OFR, you find out that he also talked about ensuring that we have digital system in place to make our work a lot easier. So I had to marry the two, and we got we came with this concept of having this digital workstation, IT workstation, which will enable staff, law officers of the Ministry of Justice easily get their documents done. Before now, we had a situation where in Fimba Street, just across the road, we had most of our documents done there, if not all of our documents done there. Many of us, as I understand it, became almost shareholders and stakeholders in those business centers. So the idea was, and that exposed the state to a lot of risk. Data risk is a major issue all over the world today. The documents that were being prepared were all being prepared there. But today we have a new Abia where documents were prepared in a very safe, conducive environment within the Ministry of Justice. So that's why we felt this was important. On the other hand, like you also know, we are unveiling the relationship we have with Law Pavilion. We're the second state in the country after Lagos State to have this arrangement. Last year, September, October, Lagos State did theirs. Today, we are also unveiling our relationship with Law Pavilion, where all the laws of Abia State will be warehoused there. And with a click of the button, you're able to access the laws, look at, get even cases relating to those sections of those laws will be analyzed and inserted there. So any lawyer anywhere in the world, any person, any citizen would have access to the laws of Abia State readily on the click of a button. So what this does for the state is it improves our ranking in the ease of doing business. It makes access to justice a lot better, and it makes the state more peaceful and progressive.